kiss my babies, that shit creep at me. Right before Christmas, we all dead. Some post-Vietnam bullshit. All I gave you mouth to mouth.
They just showed on the news yesterday. If you stand up and you step back 3 feet, if you cough, that's how far the germs go.
Give me
and
some,
you can step back, testing 1, 2, another 4 feet. I mean another 1 foot and sneeze, and it's all over everywhere. I ain't trying to get nothing.
You're too low. You're too low.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing. Plus, they showing there's an epidemic of strep throat against for 40-something-year-olds and up.
J-Mac got strep.
No, there's an epidemic going around.
Don't put my business out like that every day. I don't got no strep.
There's an epidemic going around the Metroplex where 40-something-year-olds and up are contracting strep.
Hey, J-Max is up. Your waveform way down here. I can show it to you.
I can't get no closer. It's already in my lap.
Okay, your feet touching the floor. All right.
Let's see. Give me some. He been pressing his luck for the last 30 minutes.
Okay. That wasn't funny, Shaq.
Give me something, Bill.
It sure was.
It was not funny. That was very that was wrong. That was wrong that you would say something like that.
It sure is. He gonna be hungry before the night over.
Oh!
There's always them feet that's hanging.
I'm gonna come kick your dough in your room. Grab you by that afro.
Man.
All right, very quickly. Herman Cain. 9 shortest celebrity marriages. We're doing that behind Kim Kardashian. Waiting for the cable man. That's the thing about how much time Americans burn sitting around waiting on the cable guy. It adds up to $38 billion a year in waiting time. Eating in the grocery store. Your crooked ass eat when you in the grocery store.
I ain't gonna stunt. Yeah, I ain't gonna even stunt.
Rich blacks and entertainment.
Hey, you got a sample.
Weed law in Chicago. They gonna do what they did in Dallas. You're gonna start getting a ticket. Michael Jackson, of course. Inmate release. You got the cocaine and crack disparity laws that are now going to release 200 inmates in the North Texas area, 1,200 nationwide for the Fed. Black America, we're going to read this deal we supposed to did on last week's show out of the Ebony magazine. The judge videotaped his daughter. He beat his daughter with a belt. This judge in Amarillo or somewhere. Jackie got the story. Woman's shopping cart. Obama's accomplishments. Okay, I'll probably have you do that in the last pattern set, Jackie. Like I did the 12 things Negroes must do for themselves last week. So how many do you have?
I really did like that. That was nice.
Well, there's a bunch, but I'm only going to read off some of them because he's done quite a bit.
Okay, we just want to make sure we get everything. Social website for black women, all races. Kim Kardashian. Coming out the gate, we're talking about Herman Cain. That perv. Yeah. We're talking about Kim Kardashian, because I just don't understand that.
Be quiet, be quiet.
Your expertise kind of is politics, right? I mean,
kind of from what we researched on your website.
For the most part, I'm just the host, and Jima is really the one that could really give you what you need on that.
Jim ain't hip. What do you do, player?
I'm just a coordinator.
Hold on. Okay, no, we don't play at push gap. We don't want to pitch. This is Mr. Patrick Cook. All right. Welcome to Current Events with Patrick Cook. It's a resource for small business and non-profits. You were in a tank battalion.
I was
in a tank battalion.
I was.
In Germany.
I was, yeah.
Man. He's president and CEO. Okay. TaylorMade Training and Consulting is the name of their company. Right. We'll go over all that before we bring Patrick on the air. You do a lot, pimp. We got you. You do a lot. Don't play it, push.
We gonna search it
before you walk in here.
we done searched it down.
We done searched it down.
Google Jack.
All right, we ready to rock and roll? Everybody ready? All right, stand up, prayer real quick. I know, you can sit down. God don't mind. He don't. He ain't got to hold hands.
Put this microphone on my head.
It's going to be real quick. All right, just stay where you are. Bow your head. Dear Lord, We thank you for another week. We thank you for another day. We thank you for setting us on the path to accomplish our goals, Spirit. We thank you for giving us our thing where we can honor and uplift your name, God. Pray until something happens. God always provides. It's your station, Spirit. We're just stewards of it. I'm kind of mad at you, God, but I'm going to let that roll. You know, my birthday coming. I'm still looking for a little something. Thank you, God. Stay with us. Amen. Hey, Big
Like I said,
Big Mouth said,
every week.
pray what you feel in your heart. I'm a little dissuaded with God right now. And then show you how he works. Let me show you how he works.
Just
Give you
like
a word
last
of the
week.
day, right?
Yep.
It tells
One of
you
these
guidance,
days
and it
it's
tells
gonna
you about when you're feeling bummed out and
Yes,
whatnot. I
alright.
love this little book. Been reading it since I was 14. Push Gap. Let's go to work.
Just like last week, everybody step away from the shackleford.
So when it strike, it won't go through
I'm
us.
just saying.
Y'all got me twisted. All right. And shut up.
We just saying.
Anyway, here we go. Take out everybody's else's mic. In 3, 2. PushGapRadio.com in Hamilton Park, Dallas, Fort Worth. Thank you for logging on to the Shaka Forward One in the Main Event Show. It is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. Here's what's trending right now, Dallas, Fort Worth. President Barack Obama's accomplishments. We're going to break those down for you. Also, the cocaine disparity laws have been passed. We'll get you up to speed on that. And eating in grocery stores. We're going to find out how many little crooks we've got. PushGapRadio.com. We want to be your official Dallas internet station. God does not choose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen. We're PushGapRadio.com. Let's go to work. Hanging like wet laundry in the worldwide studios of PushGapRadio.com. Producer of today's Shaka 4-1 in the Main Event Show, it's Billy Bad. What's the business?
What's up, Dallas Fort Worth?
That's what that is. The sports guru in the Metroplex. It's the Mac Man who brought all his sports stuff today. J-Mac.
What does the pastor say to the congregation, y'all?
And our own little social media maven here at PushGapRadio.com is Jackie O. What's up?
Hey everybody, y'all be sure and stick around. We got some great entertainment today.
That's what that is. The pervert! Herman Cain! Herman Cain say, I'ma just grab him in the biscuits. What's up with that?
Herman said you lay off of him. He said Perry's camp started those rumors.
Okay, well,
They're just rumors.
not according to
Man.
poster Chris Wilson, who says he personally saw Cain sexually harass a woman at an Arlington, Virginia restaurant in the late 1900s.
Yeah, but Kane said that only one of the women were paid off, and he said that
Only
particular-
one?
Yeah, but he said the only reason she was paid off is because he made a comment. He was
Right.
pointing to his chin.
Yeah.
He told her that she
What that mean? He pointed to his
Because he
chin.
told her that she come to the same place on him that his wife does.
Right.
And he was like, that was my wife for 42 years.
She
you
was,
know,
bump that. He was trying to chin check her. let me place this on your chin, girl.
He's saying that's the only comment that he made.
Is
And
that
I found it interesting that all of this time his wife had been out of the media
Right.
because she didn't want any limelight.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, since he's been accused of sexual harassment, now she's traveling.
But isn't this like Clarence Thomas back in the 90s when all that went down?
yes.
Oh,
That was real quick.
His wife stuck by him as well. You know,
Yeah.
here 20 years later, she wrote a letter.
you a federal judge. Where you
But
think she
She
going?
wrote a letter wanting his accuser to apologize to her husband.
Right,
But
J-Mac.
why do they always keep digging for this stuff?
Because
This
that's
is sexual.
Because
Yeah, but you also
right
gotta-
now Kane is in the lead, and
Exactly.
they need to damage him,
right.
so they can gain.
And then plus the guy who's in Perry's campaign used
Right.
to work for
right,
Kane.
and that's who he's accusing. That told Perry
Right.
what was going
But
on.
here's my thing though. If you saw the man do this,
Grabbing him in the
what you
business.
doing watching?
He was looking in the mirror.
Oh my goodness. So, do you honestly think that Herman Cain had anything to do with that, or why are they coming out so late now that he's already on the campaign trail?
He's being a man, and again, they're wanting to gain the upper
What
hand.
does that statement mean? He's being a man.
We talking about politics. Win by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
Ooh,
And
we
they always
win.
play dirty. You know those Republicans. Look at what they're doing to Obama.
Speaking of playing dirty, what's with your girl Kim Kardashian? She's just a little slut puppy. Huh?
Let me get that off.
Yeah,
Let me get that off.
Man,
Today-
married what?
today-
72 days?
Yeah,
I'm
she was
upset with
married
Kim.
72 days. The wedding cost $10 million.
Right.
And it was the equivalent of $138,000 per day.
So she didn't want to be married. She just wanted the beauty of the wedding.
She says that she was really in love.
Mm-hmm.
However, leading up to the wedding, she knew that it was the wrong thing to do, but
Right.
she didn't want to disappoint anybody.
Disappoint
So she-
who? You
Disappoint
disappoint
who?
She didn't want to
yourself.
disappoint her fans. You know,
Her
she,
fans.
she
What was
wrote
the
a
wrong thing to
letter.
do?
She wrote a letter and, you know, to her fans apologizing
Right.
and everything, and it was saying that, you know, she didn't do it because of reality TV. She didn't do it because of the 15
72
million
hours.
plus dollars that she was
But
paid.
she said it that she would. I mean, okay, it's disappointing her fans. Her fans do what? They get on Twitter, they get on Facebook, they watch her show.
What is she
Come on,
famous
she's
for?
that's-
She's just famous for being famous
She
anyway.
is being she's famous for what? The cologne and her big old booty.
Now,
Right, and that's what
She
Jay
proved
Leno
that
said
wasn't
on his
fake.
show. You know, she
Yeah.
the late night talk show hosts have been having a field day with
oh,
it.
I'm sure.
And Jay
sure.
Leno said, you know, because one of the main reasons supposedly that they broke up is because he was wanting her to move to Minnesota, and she refused to move to
Who
Minnesota.
wanted to move to Minnesota?
Who moves to
Her
Minnesota?
husband. Her
Oh,
husband's from
I'd have left him
Minnesota.
too. I'm from Gary, Indiana.
But-
Billy's from Gary.
but Jay
J
Leno-
Max from Michigan. It's
Yeah.
cold in the dog.
Jay Leno said,
I ain't
"You'll
going
freeze
either."
your ass off
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota, he said, and for Kim Kardashian, that would be fatal.
They say
Because,
she
you
was
know, she's
married
known for her big
72
boobs.
days.
Yeah, she
Well,
was.
Joan Rivers says she only knew 72 sexual positions, and after that it was over
And
with.
she filed for divorce while he was in Minnesota. He found out
What?
through the media.
Yeah.
He found out through
Wow,
the media that she filed for divorce, so he
But-
didn't even know about it in
But
advance.
that would have gave her a chance to make new fashion. I mean, it's cold up there. I mean, that was fur coat, you know,
Ball.
the boots.
And
It's
she
cold
also
in the
had
summer.
him sign
Yeah.
a prenup prior to them getting
Yeah.
Okay,
married.
what does he do?
He's a basketball
Well,
player.
yeah, he plays
But
for the-
right now,
He played for who?
He plays for the New Jersey Nets. Now, originally, now
Okay,
check
so
this
he
out.
up there with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
wants
but
to be
you
like
have to
Chloe.
understand, you got to realize that he wasn't the first person she picked. She actually picked another player from the New York Knicks to be her
And he
quote
didn't
unquote
want to
husband.
do it.
But they turned it down because
It
they
was
didn't want
all a
that
setup. I saw the guy on TMZ.
Yeah.
It was all a setup.
She was saying that there's no way she would do that. I mean, so you really don't know.
Really?
You know, she saw all these other people, Star Jones and Sherry Shepherd, and they were breaking bread and
Wow.
having
She got-
beautiful
well,
weddings.
The
and,
big question is whether or not she should give that $2 million ring back.
Oh, she's not.
no,
She's
Mama
keeping
done,
it.
Mama
She's
done
keeping that
already
ring.
said.
She's keeping that ring.
Ooh,
She's
we
donated
man.
the
We talked about that
$200,000 worth
before.
of
She need to
gifts.
get that up.
Time now for your PushGapRadio.com celebrity birthdays today. The week of November 4th, Willow Smith is 11, the powerhouse of the Will Smith family. Lyle Lovett is 54. Rapper Nelly is 37. Actress Stephanie Powers is 69. Dolph Lundgren, the actor, is 51. The great Charles Bronson is 89. Sean Diddy Combs, who can't decide what his name is 41.
Yeah, take that.
And Tatum O'Neal is 47. For our Facebook friends, Lady B Smooth in the building is 34 years
That's our
old.
girl.
Lynette Voss is 41. Stella Butler is 52. And Charlotte Qualls, Amanda's mom. Hey, Charlotte
Yeah,
is
happy birthday,
53.
Charlotte.
And Lester Hall, my uncle, is 55. Any birthdays?
Yeah, I want to wish a happy birthday to my little cousin, Jacob. And also to my Facebook fan, Marlon Love.
Marlon Love.
Yeah.
Any
That's a weird
kids,
name.
Billy?
I don't have
Wait a minute.
Just because I got all the other ones covered, don't mean I got nothing.
Remember in September, every week, Billy had a kid birthday.
Oh, and
song.
I do have one kid, Pokey. But happy birthday, Pokey. There you
That's
go.
what that is. Rent parties. You youngsters might not never know nothing about that.
Oh.
Rent parties used to go down back in the 1920s and 30s. All right? Better times combined with the repeal of prohibition all but ended widespread rent parties. But as a result of economic hardships brought on by the current recession, those times of partying with a purpose are seeing a resurgence. Now, people used to have rent parties where they would invite you over to party and eat,
Pay their
and
rent.
you pay to get in, and they can help pay their rent. This is what this lady did. She turned her joint into a jazz club. So her apartment has a great view of the Manhattan skyline, and Susie Kramer throws BYOB parties up in New York.
That's straight.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's real interesting.
Some of the
I'm having a
rules
rent party
now.
next week.
You gotta charge a small fee to get in. You gotta charge for food and for drinks.
Exactly.
Now, she's a jazz singer, so you know she kind of off the muscle with her deal. But would you consider having a rent party? Really?
That is interesting. Next week at 965 Fairbanks.
I've seen
Yeah.
house parties where people charge to come in. For,
Well, yeah, she
people
said
to
she
come
was
in,
about
they
to
just
get
don't call it
evicted.
rent party.
Ain't nothing going on.
But don't get evicted and piss your landlord off too now.
But this is my house, so we playing dominoes.
All
You
that.
know, I'm gonna cook some soul food.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, people used to play cards for money and take cuts.
When we come back, are you eating in grocery stores? Also, Barack Obama's accomplishments, and we have Patrick Cook from Tailor Made Training and Consultants. We're PushGapRadios.com.
Never average, never mediocre.
That's Jackie's new joint.
There's only one Queen Bee, and that is Jackie O.
Only female in my crew, what it do, boo? Like an India, I put it down like wanna be player hating from the sideline, I'm the queen bee. Why you sweating mine?
The latest on celebrity news and entertainment. Check out the Jackie O Entertainment Report every Friday at 10 a.m. on the Shackleford One and the Main Event Show. The Jackie O Entertainment Report, exclusively on PushGapRadios.com.
What up, Dallas? This is Jackie O. PushGapRadio.com.
The thing about it, Kim Kardashian, her first interview that she did in Australia the other day was on the
This guy don't show up, you're up in the next
show.
patter set. That'll be in the next
And the
15
Jackie
minutes
O
or
show
so.
in Australia,
Boy.
which is a radio show.
Yeah, because he was doing something with her family, you know,
Her,
Her,
Chloe,
Chloe,
and
yeah.
Lamar, they
Why
have
y'all
this
do this
person.
live?
Huh?
Why y'all don't do this live?
Because of the way everybody works, we don't have the time.
You can do
He's
that.
got to catch a bus and get out of here to go back to DeSoto.
But you
He
can-
works down the street.
But you can do it at night too. You can do it at any time slot.
My
And you can
my
do it
job,
remotely.
dog. My job. Jackie was working part-time. Jackie would have just got home some minutes ago. He'd have been here since 4. He just came from Plano. So we don't have 2 hours to sit here. And we can film it, but we ain't gonna play, music. We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna skip ahead to the next talk set. Yeah, we could do it live, but we just don't have the time. If we could get in here earlier.
Right.
But again, our schedules are just so convoluted.
So well, I ain't gonna disrupt your show, but
No, you do. We at break
No, I
right
was gonna
now.
say, what time do you get started and what time do you finish every time you do this?
Well, we start at 8:30.
Right.
Takes us about an hour to do this.
Right.
Then once we do this, I'll load that in. Then we'll be sitting here editing till 3 in the morning.
All
Before it's
y'all
final.
here
No,
do that?
No, he
No.
mean what time? How long are we sitting here?
How long is this group
1 hour.
together?
Yeah, about
1
to
hour.
just sit here.
Right.
1 hour.
So I'm saying that you could do
But that hour comes with us doing this, sitting here kicking the boa.
No,
Usually that's when the best stuff is said.
what I'm saying is that hour. This is just a hypothetical.
Right,
Just seeing
right.
the dynamics, right? The hour could be happening live on the internet right now with
Yeah.
callers calling in, and then after the hour's over, y'all gone. I mean, it's over. The show is over, and it's recorded. The podcast is recorded.
Yeah, we're recording.
So
Yeah, we
I
gonna load it
just
up
a
on our
thought, but
joint.
this is a dynamic, exchange that's happening here. It's
Well,
when it's
thank
live
you,
like
sir.
this, yeah. And then you get an opportunity,
Expert, we need to listen.
and then you get an opportunity to engage with a bunch of people.
Well, first of the year, Pat, we are going to do. That's why we got the camera set up now.
Okay,
And like I said, we just, at one point, it was a lot of us in this house.
right.
And again, the schedules are so convoluted that to come in and go live, like I said, Billy just got a car. That could change the dynamic.
Right.
Jackie's job situation has changed, so is J-Max. But mine
And
is
the
kinda
fact
still
that
off,
you don't
but-
have to physically be here to do the show every time either.
Oh, we gotta be here. That's our it
Okay,
factor.
all right,
Yeah, our chemistry is our kind of our
Okay,
it
all
factor.
right.
Yeah.
I grew up with him. I went to radio school with him, And Jackie used to work at Southwest Airlines. I told God I want to run my company like Southwest Airlines. Met her a week later. She worked Southwest Airlines almost 20 years.
All right.
So then we were all up in this house, and now everybody's gone. That'd be just me and Jackie in here. But again, Billy works down the street. He comes from Plano. Jackie would have just been walking in. People are tired. I've probably been driving since 4 this morning. I'm tired, so we do it this way. And like I said, doing it over the phone or whatever, we wouldn't have our magic. All right, coming out.
But your input on how we can make it better.
Oh yeah.
Please, before you leave, we need to sit down because we want your honest opinion.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the dynamics are. Well, we'll just talk later, but it is a unique
We most definitely know
dynamic that's going on right here, which is good. I like. I wish
Chemistry,
people,
baby.
I wish people could hear it live and be able to call in and interact and talk.
And
to
we
you.
got Skype and
all that
video.
stuff.
We got
Right,
everything. Our own
Yeah.
website. You can watch us on our website.
Yeah, so it'll be.
Yeah, so all that'll change first of the year. But give us your input.
I will.
All right, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Back sale. You got your PSA.
Oh shoot, that's the one thing I forgot to do.
You still got the whatchamacallit, right? That I emailed you.
If you ain't told me, you emailed me
did.
nothing. What I tell you?
Actually, I could just do
I told you that ain't really in place yet for our thing. For the Thanksgiving
No, I don't
thing.
have one.
You don't have any job fairs or.
No. Give me that check.
We want to talk about Caramel because look like he ain't gonna make it, and we just gonna have to put a song in because I hear his music in there. We're gonna pull that out. We're gonna
Yeah, what we
sit
gonna
past
say?
Unless you want to skip over it.
We can skip that. All right, we'll go into talking
Billy,
about.
how much time you got?
I mean, what do you mean I'm saying? I'll be here to 10. I mean, it still ain't affecting me.
Okay.
I just wanna make sure.
We when we come out of that,
Don't train, don't stop.
I'll turn to you and ask you about Caramel's party and then everybody get their input on that.
Okay, yeah, that
Are
was-
you listening? We're gonna give the input on Caramel's party
All right.
after we do the word of the day. Then we're gonna discuss Michael Jackson. We're gonna talk about these rapes over at the what is it, Delta Sigma, Jackie?
Oh yeah, how they
Yeah,
just
so
now
Delta
finally
Luna.
putting a price. What is it? Not a ransom, but what do they call it?
Okay, so-
Bounty or-
Reward.
Reward, yeah, a reward.
So
on
we
it.
got Caramel first. We'll talk about
We'll go-
Michael Jackson. Then we'll talk about the eating in the grocery store.
Oh
Let me ask you a
yeah.
question.
What
Do we got
about? What
any
am I
com-
talking about? Obama.
That's gonna be in the last patter set.
Oh, I thought you said that was coming up next.
No, we got the.
No.
Oh,
No,
we was talking about. You said Caramel after the.
Well, we just gonna we
Yeah, we just trying to-
told people we were going, so we just want to tell them what we did while we were there.
Well, I wanted to ask you a question real quick.
Mhm.
Do you insert or you put anything in there about affordable insurance? I mean,
We ain't got
commercial-
nothing.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
You want to create a commercial
that
for
we
them?
doing what
They
we're
already got
supposed
one. A affordable insurance. Not for that.
to. Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'll
but you
find
know
that.
we gotta. We may have to. You know.
Yeah, we got to put our
Yeah.
own funk on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Right.
are we ready?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
So we're gonna talk about the
We're
party.
talking about the
Caramel party.
We're talking about Caramel.
We'll talk about Michael Jackson, then we'll jump into the food thing. Or we can save Mike till later, but we got to get that in. They had closing arguments today. Anybody
Yeah,
know?
I
Did
think they
anybody
said
hear
something about.
closing
I
arguments?
think I heard the bodyguard talking about that. What did he say? He said something about.
We'll
Pretty much,
save that.
dude is just gonna be fried. Pretty much.
We'll save that for the third patter set.
Dude is SOL. Flat out. Come on, let's be
All right,
real.
so after we
Yeah,
come
but
out
you know
of
I got that about his
Word of
about